Hello, welcome to the Two Chicks Homestead podcast. We are the two chicks. Yay!
Hi, I'm Nate.
And I'm Erin, and we talk about homesteading and living on a small piece of land.
All right, everyone, welcome to episode 80.
Yeah.
Holy moly. Today is December the 6th.
Yep.
So we are sitting down in the basement. The girls are upstairs. I can't believe we're at 80 episodes.
I know.
I think when you and I planned on doing this, it was like, are we going to make it to 20?
I know, yeah. I mean, still sometimes it's like, what the heck are we going to talk about? But, well, just kind of seems to work. We don't get any complaint emails.
No, we got one.
One complaint email?
Not a complaint email, just a complaint in general. That was a long time ago.
Oh, I don't even remember. It must not have fazed me.
Exactly, it didn't faze me either. So, we're going to talk about last weekend.
Yeah.
We went hunting.
Mm-hmm.
We put some pictures up.
Yep.
Somebody got a little muddy.
Yeah. It was on the way out the last time. So, if I was going to fall, that would have been a good time to do it.
At least it wasn't in the stream.
Yes. Yeah. Because how deep would you say that stream is? Maybe 6 inches?
I would say 10 to 12.
To the bottom, because we're walking on these rocks.
Yeah, I mean, in the bottom, I would say in the low spots, it's probably 2 or 3 feet deep.
It wasn't that deep.
No,
right there,
because they filled that area in so we could get across.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, it's we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Didn't really freeze.
No.
We went kind of glamping hunting.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it's not just because of me.
Exactly. It's the spot.
Yeah.
So, for those, we went to an undisclosed location. It's one of our friends' places. It has a hunting blind on it, 360-degree views, drop-down windows, fully insulated. It's an 8x8 building, and it sits, about 4 feet up, 5 feet up off the ground?
Yeah, I think I went up there before I realized that it was just like cinder blocks. And so the next day it was like, whoa.
It is stronger.
It is.
It's solid up there.
It doesn't move or anything.
And he fixed it over last year because last year it blew over.
I'm glad you're telling me this afterwards.
Yes, so he doubled the amount of cinder blocks supporting it. So there's now 2 stacks on each corner. Yes, I noticed that. Instead of just one. And you're no longer using stairs to walk up, or cinder blocks as stairs. Yeah. So those stairs are pretty nice. And
I had my own private outdoor bathroom.
Yes, would you like to talk about that?
Yes, it was a toilet seat, somehow attached to a 5-gallon bucket. Just the trees were my walls. It was out there.
And the ATV. It was at least next to the ATV. So
yeah, I don't think anybody from the road. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe.
Well, maybe somebody from the road, because we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it was fine. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. So all in all, how was your first time?
I loved it. I really, really liked it. I mean, it was just you and me. Mm-hmm. So all I had to worry about was myself.
Yep.
So it wasn't like we brought the kids. But yeah, it was just sitting there. It's like you had to be quiet. So not that we have any awkward silences, but there was no pressure to like talk.
Right.
So it was just nice to just sit there and watch the view and just think. I mean, I'm a writer, so basically all I was thinking was what I would want to be writing.
Right.
But it was just nice because I could just daydream.
Yeah.
And that's, there were times where it's like I kind of forgot that I was supposed to be looking for things moving, but I didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
Nothing did move.
Well, all right, so we had 2 things move in. One was DNR.
Yeah.
And the other was one doe.
Yeah. One doe the
first night.
First night.
Yep. So that would have been Saturday night. Probably about 20 minutes before
It was after 4.
Yeah. And sunset by us was 4:20 something, 4:24, 4:23, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, we got there at 5 Saturday morning. A
Yes.
little after 5, maybe.
Yeah, I think it was 5:50. I think it was like 5:15, 5:30.
Yeah.
And then the sun came up at 7:03. So legal light was 6:33. And that was it. It was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah. So that morning was obviously the first time I've ever gone hunting.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, we get there, we sat around, we brought breakfast burritos that I had made ahead of time, and we heated them up and brought them in a little bag and ate them there, and that was awesome.
Yeah.
Brought a big thing of coffee. We just kind of sat around, and then when you said, okay, it's legal light, then it was just kind of like, oh shit. Like, now I gotta work.
Yeah.
Like, this is like, I gotta stay awake.
Yeah.
And pay attention. And
I think we both napped.
oh yeah.
So.
But it was just, when you said that, it was like something shifted, like, okay, now this is real. Like,
Yeah.
we're sitting here doing this, and I could possibly shoot a living thing at any given moment.
Yeah.
For the next 12 hours or so.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
probably
whatever.
closer. Let's see, sun up. It's
You know what I mean.
yeah
For the next 10 hours.
Yeah, 10 hours, give or take, 9 or 10 somewhere.
But
in that
still, it
range.
was just a mental thing. Like, this could really happen at any second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it was kind of a weird transition.
Yeah. And you heard some stuff in the woods.
Yeah.
So we walked in. We brought the ATV.
How far would you say that? A quarter mile?
No, that's a mile at least.
The walk?
Though
through?
the walk is
Yeah.
probably a quarter. It's probably half a mile.
Okay.
I would venture to guess because it took us a half hour to get out. And I have it figured it's probably you and I can cover a mile in about 20 minutes walking. 15, 20 minutes.
But this isn't just straight walking. I mean, this is like up and down.
Right. Yeah.
Little hills
Yeah.
and tree branches that fell down and not straight at all.
Right. Okay. So you jumped on the ATV for the ride across the cornfield.
Yep.
So we're able to do that.
Oh, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's the half mile. But from where I started walking.
From where you started walking was probably a half mile in.
Okay.
And then it was probably a mile total between
Across the fields.
the fields and up to the blind, the wide open spots. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, we can go right to them.
Yeah.
It was an interesting ride. Like, I have never done off-road riding on an ATV. Like, it's always in the back and it's flat back there.
Yeah, I think when he took us out there just to go through it, and I rode on the back of the ATV, I thought I was going to fall off. Like, I seriously thought I was going to die. Because it's just, when you're driving and you go over a bump, you kind of expect it.
Yes. Well, you're sitting flat on your butt and I'm
Yeah.
standing up.
Yeah, and if you're behind the person,
Yeah.
you have no idea
Yeah.
what's coming up, or that it's going to go, I'm doing something with my hands, but, you're going kind of sideways.
Yeah.
You don't expect that, and it's like your hands are slipping off. There's not really anything to hold on to. It was not fun. So, yeah, I walked through the woods behind you, and then also thought I was going to die, because halfway through it's like, it's really dark out here. Like, this is how horror movies start.
Right.
It's like, now I want to write a horror hunting movie or book or something.
Yeah, there you go. So the pathway that we took in is probably just wide enough for my ATV to get through.
Yeah.
I have a 20-inch light bar on my ATV that's something like 36,000 lumens.
Yeah.
It is bright.
Super bright, yeah.
And if you see me on Facebook, like you're actually on there, I'll have you post that picture to the Facebook page of me driving down the lane with it all lit up at night. It is so cool. And that thing lights anything up.
Yeah.
Like, you can see down the end of the lane, and the lane is like a quarter of a mile long.
Yeah.
That helped. And then we each had headlamps on, which were really nice. I liked those headlamps.
Yeah.
They were just cheap $15 ones off Amazon. We got a 2-pack for $30-something bucks.
Yeah, the only thing, which had nothing to do with the quality of the headlamp, but when you're breathing and it's cold enough to see your breath, you can't see in front of you then when you have a headlamp on. So I think I took it off, and that's when I accidentally turned it off and couldn't figure out how to turn it on. But
yeah, because that's when you're first coming across the stream.
Yeah, it was
I had to come halfway across. I had to come back across the stream to turn the headlamp
right
off.
Before we're going across the stream. My headlamp turns off, and I'm going, I can't see.
So I had to get off the ATV, walk across the stream, turn the light back on for you, and then we both came across.
What are you gonna do?
So, but I think your saving grace is actually having some decent boots.
Yes. Yeah, I have muck boots.
Yeah. And they're brand spanking new muck boots.
Yeah, but my old ones were fine too.
Right. You just got a little bit bigger size.
Yeah.
Because now the oldest is almost the size of you.
Yes. Yeah. She can wear them. But yeah, I discovered that I can't wear thick socks with the other pair that I bought. But they are awesome. They are worth the price. They're not cheap.
Right.
But, I mean, I've had them for, I think I bought them when we moved in.
Yeah.
So 5 years, maybe 4 years. I don't know. Maybe not.
Right. I think your model is the Chore model.
That doesn't sound right. I think it's Arctic.
Yes, Arctic. Because I had originally got the insulated ones for you. That's right.
Oh.
And then I have the wetland ones, which are like the full calf right below your knee. I love those things.
Yeah. So yeah, I wear them all the time to go check eggs and whatnot during the winter. But yeah, this was nice to not worry about my feet, because that would have been not fun.
Right.
To have wet feet all day.
And I noticed walking across the stream, I could feel the cold on my feet, but my feet were dry.
Yeah, and I didn't really feel anything.
So that's because yours are insulated.
Yeah.
Mine aren't. So I wear real thick wool socks with it.
But I did have a nightmare the night before that I walked through the stream, and it was so deep that it went over the tops of my boots and went into my boots. So I was glad that didn't happen.
Yeah, we probably should have tested that when we went out there the first time, so we weren't doing it 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, but...
Because had you made that first step and they went over your boot...
But my boots, they go right underneath my knees.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have.
Yeah.
It was just one of those things.
Yep. And then I reminded you to tuck your pants in your boots so that it doesn't wick up your pants.
Yep.
And that worked out pretty good.
Yeah.
And then you did just no pants.
Yeah, I just wore regular pants, and then the only thing I had were snow pants, which they're pretty thin. They're not like really stuffy snow pants. Right,
but if it's also said you don't want to be dressed to the nines if you're walking into your stand.
Yeah, I was hot by the time we got in there, but I also am glad I wore them because they kept the wet off.
Yeah, absolutely. But had we not been in the blinds, we had heat in the blind. We had a little buddy heater in there with a 20-pound propane tank. And we had all the windows open, but it was not horrible.
No.
You could feel the wind on your neck the second day because the wind picked up. But it was comfortable enough in there where we could be in there in a hoodie and be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So, I would say getting in and out was really not bad. It was better than I thought it was going to go.
I was anxious about it, but it was fine.
And I got hung up with the ATV a couple of times. There was a real deep ditch on one side of the stream that I bottomed out on the ATV. And I kind of take a running start at it.
That's only going to get worse, that little spot. But
so I'll have to talk to him about maybe filling that spot in or something. And I got some rocks out back. Maybe we can take a bag of rocks out and throw them in or something. So, but yeah, it's worked out pretty good. I was content. We went nice and slow. I think you pretty much kept up with me walking. I was going slow enough.
I think the first time going out there, I felt like you were going really fast, but you probably weren't. It was probably just because felt like it was the middle of the night and I'm walking through the woods.
Yeah. I mean, I was, so my ATV is a foot shift. It's like a 97 Yamaha 400. So it's got the foot shift on it. It's semi-automatic, and it's got the high and low gear. And I had it in 2 low pretty much the whole way. just to be able to get up and down the hills and go slow enough where I'm not like on and off the throttle.
Yeah.
You know, you keep a nice steady pace and you keep up with me.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, it was nice because everything heavy was on that, and I wasn't like carrying. I think going in, I wore that backpack, but then not again.
I think I took the backpack in. I think you might have carried it out.
Oh yeah, one or the other.
So, because I think I threw that on the front. Then we had the shotgun on the front, so you didn't have to deal with that. And then we had a sled.
Well, I wore the backpack in.
Okay.
Because then I didn't wear it out because then with the DNR, you didn't want my orange covered.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. All right. So yeah, we ended up doing that. Didn't really have any problems, I would say. You and I got in and out safely. That's one of the things we were kind of worried about, getting hurt coming through some of the trails, because it's pretty washed out.
Yeah.
So
I mean, going across the stream, if you stand on one of those rocks wrong, your ankle's
you're
rolling.
Ankle. So, and that's why I wanted the headlamp, and I even gave you a flashlight too.
Yeah.
Just to give you a little extra to look down and see where you're
coming up
your
on
feet.
that the first time. I mean, it looks like a rushing river, and it's like, oh my god! But then you come up and it's like, okay, I can see the bottom.
Yep.
This isn't bad. But it's moving.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, you can feel the push.
Yeah. It's a pretty steep stream back there. There's a lot of down angle going to that. And we also got a ton of rain the Friday before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I mean, I think we got probably 2 inches of rain.
Yeah.
So everything was soggy, and then we got sleet on Sunday morning. All things said, the weather was nice.
Yeah.
So I don't think we had any problems. I didn't complain. So
We brought a big thing of coffee, brought snacks.
Yep, lunch.
We were never hungry.
Right. So I brought enough caffeine to keep me going, and I think you brought enough caffeine to keep you going.
Yep.
So, and then, so we did a full day Saturday, sun up to sundown, and then Sunday we did a half a day. Came back at about 10.
Yeah.
10. Because I think you said we'll stay till 10.
Yeah.
So I think it was like 10:05. I think we were back at the truck at like 10:35. So, everything I think worked out. Perfect how it needed to be.
Yeah.
With that being said, we didn't bring anything home. Other than an Osage orange.
Yes. Which I forgot to show the kids.
That's
so
all right.
far.
We'll show it to them later.
Yeah.
So, no deer within range, unfortunately. And I think some of that has to do with what happened Saturday afternoon. So we have, in Illinois, we have a law that says you are not allowed to interfere with anybody's hunt. And I hate to call it this, but I think that's really what happened. I think it was blatant interference.
Yeah.
We might have made a slight mistake. I think one of us might have gotten out of the blind to go to the bathroom, and we weren't wearing our orange. Now, we were wearing our orange hats the whole time because we brought beanies, and it was chilled enough where you needed a beanie.
Yeah.
But neither of us were thinking we needed to wear our orange in the blind. So we might have stepped out once or twice, not wearing the orange vest.
And no farther than a few feet
Right.
from the blind.
Yeah, so I mean, to like go around and pee around the corner so
Right.
we're not staring at each other. So I mean, this is like, not you're less than arm length. Like, you can't even stretch your arm all the way out and touch. You're that close.
Yeah.
So at about 1 o'clock, we heard 2 shots to the south of us, about 30 seconds apart. And I said, hey, give it a half hour and really start to pay attention to that area, because those hunters are going to get down and they're going to go look for that deer after a half hour, and they may push stuff out of the woods. And that's right where we're looking.
Yeah.
So, and that's the usual spot where we go, where everything comes out of the woods, right in that area. Like, there's tons of trails back there. So we're paying attention to that, and all of a sudden, probably about 15, 20 minutes later, 2 guys come walking out of the woods. And I'm like, okay, this is They're coming to see if we saw something come running
honestly,
by us.
I didn't see them until I saw them out the door, so I never saw them in that window.
When I came in, because I had stepped out to go to the bathroom real quick, so I'm like, I'm going to go potty.
So that we're ready.
So that when we're ready, this thing runs out. I don't need to do that right in the middle of something showing up and, it taking 30 minutes for that deer to come close enough into range. And all of a sudden, two guys come walking out of the woods. One's wearing the full orange, okay? So
which is a vest.
A vest with 400 square inches minimum and an orange hat. That's legal in Illinois. I'm sure that's legal in all the states. Your laws may vary by you, but that's what we are. The other guy was just wearing a hat and a black jacket, black pants. So I'm like, okay, that's a little weird. It's shotgun season. Why are you doing that? He gets a little bit closer, and I see the star on the vest, and I'm like, great. What's going on?
Because I thought it was the hunters coming to see if we'd seen anything run. Like, I have no idea what to expect. So I thought it was them coming to ask us if we saw his wounded deer run by.
Right.
Or something.
Right, because we'll see that from the south. If the other person goes hunting in the south, sometimes they'll shoot them and they'll go running by us.
Yeah.
So we're used to being able to look out and see what we see. But these two guys come walking up, and it's DNR. Now, keep in mind, we are on private property. This is a private hunting lease. DNR shows up, which neither here nor there. Me personally, I don't think they should be allowed on private property because it's private property. Yeah. You and I are legit either way. So we got checked, everything. The gun got checked, tags got checked, license got checked, everything got looked at. And the only thing that we got scolded about is not wearing orange in the blind. I want you to, I'm going to put this in perspective. The DNR officer walked up to the stand not wearing an orange vest and yelled at us for not wearing an orange vest in the blind.
Yeah.
Really? It's shotgun season. You moron. Come trouncing through the woods not wearing orange and have the balls to yell at me for not wearing orange sitting in a building that everybody in the area knows is sitting there.
Yeah.
I know where all their stands are. They know where we're sitting, so we don't shoot towards that area.
Right.
It's just common sense. Now, granted, we're 200, 300, 400 yards apart from each other, so, but we know where everybody is. So we deal with that. He turns around, has his hat in his hand, stuffs it in his jacket pocket, and walks back into the woods where we heard those two shots from.
Right.
Okay? So this is where we are expecting all the deer to come out within the next 10 or 15 minutes. Nothing came out of the woods.
Yeah. And I remember him saying, because he said something like, oh, your wife is just here watching. And you said, oh, no, she's hunting. And then he said to me, oh, well, feel free to shoot if you see anything. And I'm sitting there going, are you out of your mind? Like, I can't do that when you're standing. It's like, it was weird. Right.
So he goes walking back.
For one thing, he was holding the gun.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. He walks back into the woods after talking to us to go find the other hunters. Everybody in the woods got checked. This is all private property. There's not a lick of public property within 20 miles of where we were. That's the closest place that I could tell you is public. Is 20 miles away.
Yeah.
And about 10 minutes later, all of a sudden, after he walks into the woods, not wearing his orange, so I don't know where he is back there.
Right.
I hear sticks and leaves and all this other commotion going on, and I'm like, he's back there fucking with us, hoping you're going to take a blind shot into the woods on a noise.
Yeah.
Do not do that.
Well, right. I mean, I wouldn't have done that. Right. But the fact that he was testing that is just like, what an idiot. Like, Who did he just decide that morning, like, well, I may not make it home, but boy, am I going to get those hunters.
Right.
You know?
So I have a really good analogy. I was talking to one of my friends and I explained the situation. And when to this friend, when he listens to this podcast, he's going to laugh his ass off. It's like playing Russian roulette with a loaded 1911 and he's not holding the gun.
Yeah.
It's a semi-automatic gun and he's not holding it.
Yeah, it's just, if you want to screw with us, don't you want... It's just, the more I think about it, it's just crazy that it's like he is willing to take that risk, provided those noises were him.
Yes.
But we don't know.
Right.
But still, he walked into the woods looking like a tree, you know?
Yeah. So he also drove through somebody's hayfield right up to somebody else's stand. So the first person that he talked to, he could see him over in the distance, drove through the middle of the hayfield right up to the base of their stand.
And it's like, what can you do?
Right. So I am very sorry that this happened, that it got ruined because of that. And I think them walking around on that side of the woods really screwed the hunt up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely disappointing, but it still was a really nice experience. I know that I want to go again.
Yes.
So that's a huge thing, I think. And it's always been one of those things where it's like, man, I'd kind of like to go, but I don't know if I could do it. Well, now I know that I could do it. Mm-hmm. And so I'll be ready next time because it won't all be new.
Right.
I mean, it sucks, but it's still memorable.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's stuff you're never going to forget. Walking out in the woods, hearing the noises in the woods while you're waiting for the sun to come up.
Yeah.
And you heard a whole host of things.
Yeah. I mean, just the choir of owls going everywhere, and raccoons fighting, and coyotes fighting, and a mouse that was somewhere. Yeah.
So the blind, there are a few mice running through the blinds. You can hear them running through the walls, and it sounds like an elephant in a china shop.
It's like, what is that? But no, I mean, yeah, it sucks because nobody got anything.
Yeah.
That any of the other people.
Yeah.
So it's like, and it's like that was the one nice day out of. And it's a weekend. I mean, that's when most people are going to go.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes from Thursday to Sunday, but not everybody can go Thursday and Friday, so there's half of it gone already. Mm-hmm.
Yes, we went out the one day, and they showed up at like 1:30. Yeah. And dark was at 4:30.
Yeah.
So with them trouncing through the woods...
For who knows how long after that.
Well, it was so the person I talked to, the last person got checked at sundown.
Yeah. So
they were prime shooting time.
They were probably out there all those hours.
Right. So, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I semi wish we had stayed out Sunday to get something, but we had already had prior commitments.
Yes.
And I applaud you for doing that. So, we'll talk about that in a few minutes, but all in all, I think it went awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did it, because now you can be called a hunter. Mm-hmm. You can call yourself, I went out, I hunted deer, I didn't quite get anything yet.
But, like you said, you've gone out 5 times and you have 2 deer. Or whatever it was, 4 or 5 times. So it's not... I mean, even our neighbor, who is a very experienced hunter, didn't get anything. He was somewhere else. Yeah. But, I mean, it's not like I'm a failure. Mm-hmm. It just... I can't make the deer show up.
Right, exactly. And he's already got one for the year. I think he's got 1 or 2 this year already. Yeah. A couple does he got. And I think it was off this piece of property. But he moves around, and he's got tree stands all over the place where he can go that we can't. Mm-hmm. So we were kind of confined to this one little area where he moves around a little bit more. Yeah. So, but yeah, I am excited to take you out again. I don't know if you're going to go late season.
Yeah, it all depends.
But But I'm planning on doing something for late season. Go out with him, or if he doesn't want to go out, we'll get something figured out. See if we can get back out there.
Yep.
The girls may just have to tag along.
Yep.
And we'll have to get them some orange and some get them their earmuffs, and bring iPads, and they can snuggle up in the corner.
Yep. With the mice.
Yep. Bring snacks and all the other fun stuff.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, got that all finished up. Got home 10:30, 10:45-ish on Sunday, and took naps. Because we needed naps.
Yeah. Because I thought I was still in college and bought concert tickets for Sunday night at 7:30, an hour away. So I had to take a nap, or else I was not going to make it.
It is better than the concert. It was Within Temptation at 10 o'clock on a Tuesday night?
Yeah.
I think?
Yeah. Yeah, we ended up selling those tickets, though.
Yeah. Yeah. That was not going to happen.
No.
So, but yeah, I think you had a ton of fun doing that.
I did. I went to go see Sleeping at Last, who we went to go see in Chicago. But this was a very intimate... 100 people were probably there, which sounds like a lot, but didn't seem like a lot. But it was in a little restaurant room, and it was really good.
Yeah, it was at the bank in...
Well, it was called Maypole in Wheaton now, but it used to be called the Bank.
Okay. So that's where we had the Gordon Murray...
No,
not Gordon Murray. That's a car guy. Sorry.
No, what is his name?
Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay, yeah. One of his chefs
Yeah.
used to own the Bank, so we went there and had the...
Wellington.
Yeah, the beef Wellington and...
Risotto.
Yes, the risotto. Yes. Yeah, but it's not the same anymore. This is like a Filipino-American bar, and it was really cute.
Cool, I have to go try it, maybe.
Yeah.
It sounds good.
I think I got coupons for free appetizers, but I don't know what I did with them.
Okay. Either way.
I don't know. But yeah, it was right downtown. He's from Wheaton, so he was just doing pop-up shows, and he doesn't do shows ever, but says that he's trying to do more. So it was really neat to hear more songs, because he only played 4 songs, and those were his popular songs in Chicago. So it was neat to hear the real songs.
Yeah. And you're out there 2 hours, right?
Oh, at least. And then he played with Philip Shepard, who was from the UK. He's a cellist. And he did all the music for Brawn. It's Keanu Reeves is in it, and it's about racing.
Oh!
So I think he does a lot of the music in that movie.
Okay.
It's on Hulu.
Yeah,
so.
we'll have to check it out.
Yeah. But he was amazing.
Yeah.
So good. He does a whole bunch of games. I don't know what any of this stuff was, but it was Kara something, some game.
Okay.
Kara's theme. I don't know.
Yeah.
But everyone seemed to know what it was, and I
Yeah.
didn't, but some video game.
Okay.
But it was very good. So he plays the piano and the guitar, and the other guy was doing the cello.
Cool.
But yeah, it was nice. Just to hear... I think I feel drawn to him because he's very open about anxiety and depression, and all the songs kind of are very, very emotional. So I know that he was nervous, so that made me feel better, because I was nervous. I'm going by myself.
Right.
Walking into a room, and it's like, holy shit, I don't know any of these people. I'm just going to sit down by strangers and make new friends. And but yeah, just to hear the background stories of some of them was kind of neat. And then I got to meet him. So
yeah, you got to shake his hand and get a picture.
Yeah,
and...
I gave him one of our patches, stickers, a business card. We were talking about that, and it was just very
normal.
Yeah. It wasn't he was just a normal person.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you went, because I know you were semi-worried about it.
Well, I didn't, we had planned the hunting weekend, and then he posted that, and it's like, oh, shit. It's like, I want to go to both. So...
We compromised.
Yes, so you didn't really plan, or you didn't want to get a deer at 4:30 at night on Sunday.
No.
So it's kind of like, okay, so it's okay if I go.
Yeah.
So it worked out. And then, I somehow got tickets. They sold out in like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
So he was like, okay, I guess I'm going.
Yeah. So, we decided we opted to come home regardless early Sunday, because Saturday I'd be fine shooting a deer at 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Right. Because we weren't going to be going out Sunday then.
Right. And it was going to be, we're out until we find it.
Mm-hmm.
So, because it was warm enough where if we hadn't have found it, it probably would have spoiled.
Yeah.
So we had to, I had that in my mind. But Sunday night, I don't even do that out here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go hunt Sunday night out back, and that's
right here.
Right here. Because if I shoot it at dark, then I got to go find it.
Right.
And I get up at 5:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure I really want to be tracking a deer at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Still have to field dress it and get it home.
Yeah.
So
it all worked out. I mean, I didn't take away any of the hunting time.
No.
We may have stayed later Sunday, but even then, I mean, we didn't see one until, I
20
know,
minutes before
and if
closing.
it was going to, with DNR being around the area, we figured they'd probably come back Sunday too or something. So
yeah. So it was the first time DNR has ever showed up at the stand in all the years it's been there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been there a long time. I've gone for 3 years.
Yeah.
But we come back for lunch, always.
Mm-hmm.
And usually take a little bit of a nap and go back out. But you and I were out there Saturday, sun up to sundown.
Yeah, it just seemed, to make more sense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we both took maybe 15, 20-minute naps throughout the day.
Yep.
Or once.
Yeah, I think I took it once.
Yeah.
So, and I think you kicked me because I was snoring.
Yeah. I scared the deer away. So, I mean, it just seemed, especially with me walking back and forth, it's a trek.
Yeah.
So it's like...
And I don't know if the trail would have held up 2 more ins and outs.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, it's probably much easier when it's a little bit more frozen.
Yeah. And I think had we not gotten the rain, it would have been perfect.
Yeah.
But that's...
Yeah, because then it rained Saturday night, too. Or
Saturday night into Sunday morning, and, we left Sunday in between storms.
Yeah, we left early. Because I think I may have stalled a little bit on Saturday morning, because I think I was just kind of like,
Yep. So we got in the stand half hour earlier on Sunday, and then left.
And it poured.
Yeah, it literally in between storms. We got out there in between storms, and we left in between storms. So it worked out perfect.
Yeah.
And then you slipped.
Yeah. So on the way out, I'm like, I want to get one of we call them monkey brains.
Yeah.
The hedge apples, Osage oranges. Like, I'm going to bring one home for the kids. So I picked up one, threw it in the sled.
Yeah.
And I'm following him, watching it, bobble around in the sled, and then it slips off. I'm like, oh no! So I go get it, and I think I'm holding on to it, and then I whoop down the hill.
Yep.
It's like, damn it.
At least it was on the way out.
Yes.
And you were literally 2 feet from the tree line.
Yeah, it wasn't too much farther.
So you were getting on the ATV shortly.
Yes, I was not injured, except for my
pride.
Yes.
And I didn't even realize you fell until I'm like, what is taking her so long? Because I turned around to go in there, and because I saw you up high, I'm like, do you need help? And I saw the mud down your side, and I'm like, oh, that explains a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, just bringing back some mud.
Yep.
And I made my hedge apple.
Yeah, but it was fun.
Yep. So I'm stripping down.
Yeah.
Off one of the main roads.
Yep.
I mean, I wasn't in my underwear, but
no, because
I had pants on, but
yeah, we both wear jammy pants. Yeah. Pajama pants underneath.
But I'm out there, pulling off all my stuff, threw it in the back of the truck, and that was it. Yep.
And then we got home, unloaded the truck, and then you took a good long nap.
That was a nice nap.
That was like a 2-hour nap.
Yeah. And I still didn't stay up very well. I went to bed pretty much when I got home.
Yeah. And then I took like an hour and a half nap, and then the neighbor got home, and then we left to go get the ATV, so that was back. Because it had been sitting out at somebody's farm for a week. Mm-hmm. Kind of out in the middle of nowhere. So.
Yeah.
And I think a few things might have disappeared off of it.
Really?
Yeah, I think some of my straps that were in the bag might have disappeared. Because I didn't see any straps in there.
Huh. That's weird.
So, I had those big 3-inch webbing straps. But the ATV at least didn't grow legs.
Yeah.
That would have been a big problem.
Yeah.
I even went Friday night to go make sure it was still behind the barn.
Yeah.
So.
But
yeah. First weekend's down.
Yep.
For your first time ever.
Yep.
So, after this, you are no longer a rookie. Mm-hmm. You're still your rookie year.
Yeah.
But your rookie hunt is under your belt.
Yeah, and it's kind of one of those things where it's like, I know Toolman Tim has said, you don't have a side hustle until you actually sell something from your side hustle. So in my head, it's like, if I haven't like gotten anything, am I a hunter?
Yes, you are.
So it's kind of one of those things.
You are. So.
I mean, it's the same with writing. I mean, if you haven't published, are you a writer? But if you're writing, then you're a writer.
Yeah. Not everybody kills a deer on the first day, opening day, 2 hours into it.
Right. Big shot. But you didn't do it this year.
No. So, it happens.
Yep. But luckily that one was big enough that we still have...
Yeah, we still got a little bit of meat left.
A little bit, like a lot of backstrap.
Yeah. So we'll have to get him done up and out of the freezer.
Yep.
Make room for hopefully the next one.
Yeah.
So. Then we also have the neighbor. He said he'll get us one because we're pretty much done hunting around the house. So we have to go places now. Because all of our fields are down and the chisel plowed. There's no food here. You have a little bit of water, and that's about it. So, but really the food is other places.
Yeah.
So, I still have that big buck on camera in the middle of the night, but I can't go shoot him in the middle of the night. So, that would be troublesome.
Yeah.
So.
But, yeah, it's all right. And we've got a whole hog. We have some turkeys. We have chickens.
We have turkeys. Oh, yeah, that's right.
We have frozen turkeys.
That's right.
Because I illegally bought 3 turkeys.
Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute. When the hell did we raise turkeys?
No.
Was I not here for that?
Meyer raised the turkeys.
49-cent pound.
Yeah.
So, they're 20-pounders too, right?
They're big.
They're big ones.
Yeah, my little one thought we were going to go to jail. I think I probably talked about this.
I don't think you did.
We went in bought the turkey before Thanksgiving and saw they were so cheap and put like 3 in my cart before I realized it was a limit of 1.
Yeah.
So I put 2 back and I told her, I'm like, okay, we're going to go through and buy this, bring all this back to the truck, and then we're going to go back in. And we're going to go through the other door and get another turkey and go through the other checkout. Mm-hmm. And she was like, are we going to jail? It's like, nope.
Nope. This is being frugal and getting another turkey.
Yep.
So.
And then I went back and got another one.
Yeah. A couple days later, though.
Yeah.
You didn't go back that day.
No.
So, 3 might have been risking it.
I figure the lady that's bald, they might notice me coming in a few times.
A few times.
I kind of stick out a little bit.
And with your luck, the youngest would rat you out, too.
Yes. Oh, yeah. They like to talk.
Yep. So, but I think that's pretty much what we got for this week, right?
Yep.
All right. We will catch you guys next time.
All right. See you on the homestead where something is always growing, eating, or cooking.